What is good? What is good? This is Daz Bones back and better than ever, and I am with
Monkey D. Michael.
Man, and we are so happy to be back because we are finally at a major turning point in the series. We were in an epic, era-defining saga for a long time with Wano, because Wano really started all the way back in Punk Hazard.
Literally,
And,
years
with
and
that
years.
Chapter finally closing, we are seeing something fresh. So I think that is definitely a sight for sore eyes, nonetheless. Starting fresh off in this new chapter, what are some things that you like just in this new direction?
Honestly, I'm just glad to be clear of everything Wano. We've been in it for so long and we've had all of these side characters that were supposed to be a part of the crew that I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little salty about, but it's fine.
Speak your truth.
We're at a point now where Luffy's crew is a Yonko level crew and we're starting to dive into the real deep lore and getting further into what we're looking for.
Like you saying, the Straw Hats are top dogs. So unfortunately in this chapter we see them get divided up again, even though it was for the better. We know it's going to be plot armor. They're going to meet different characters who are going to be somehow involved.
Right.
And they're going to be characters that know each other. No context. But being such big fans of One Piece, we can not necessarily predict how it's going to go.
I mean,
we see how the pace of this dynamic is going.
It's always, they split up for a time being and then all converge at the end and then have this grand awesome party. But you know, it was really neat this chapter, seeing the new robotics and things going on with the shark. That was kind of out of the park for me. It was like Jaws scenario.
Yeah, for a second I literally thought that it was a real shark because the way it was, the whole Jaws aesthetic, the way they pictured it, it was just a silhouette almost of it coming out the water like a dark figure. We already know the Sunny is a big ass ship,
right?
So to see a big ass shark bigger, I thought it was a Sea King, honestly.
Right.
So to see that it was actually a machine of Vegapunk's creation, you see like the number 3 on it. So is this gonna be like a series of special machines or cyborgs that Vegapunk is working with? Because not only did we see this, but we also see a mysterious one at the end marked number 2.
Yeah, who claims to apparently be Dr. Vegapunk. But look, I'm not gonna lie, I pointed it out to Chris. He thought that might possibly be Vegapunk, but I pointed out the number thing. Right.
I guess it's cool, but it was underwhelming, the introduction for somebody so grand.
Well, this is supposed to be a super old person too. They've been doing this stuff for a very long time, so there's absolutely no way it could be this young girl, right?
Yeah, it looked like somebody Nami Luffy's age.
Right. What I'm really interested to see is how he does number things. He has, because they named this island Egghead Island, right? Island of 500 years in the future. So we gotta see what's going on here. He probably has even animals on there that are robotic.
We might not actually run into a real character or anything like that. You remember when we first got introduced to Thriller Bark, how every single character we ran into was a zombie or some
and
sort
was
of
numbered.
Creation. Yeah, and was a creature in some sort. So it's gonna be a creation, but maybe like a mechanized format. So I know you were saying that you haven't been really into mechas or techno or anime.
Yeah.
But this might finally be a little step into that as we get into One Piece's real heavy science lab based stuff.
Right. Well, see, what I'm honestly hoping for is that we get like a really cool Sunny upgrade, and that this is an arc where we get to see Frankie finally really shine, you know? I think that would be super dope.
Yes, because remember in the time skip, he spent time in his old lab. So he's already hit to some of that shit. So, man, him being able to get tapped into, they said that he's already 50 years ahead. He is going to be able to make ancient weapons, but in modern day. Like
he already had the blueprints. He's seen them. And so
Pluton.
he's gonna know how to do it, and then he's also gonna know what kind of changes need to be done to the Sunny to maybe even mimic Pluton.
So being able to mimic those ancient weapons mixed in with that atom wood we know that it was made up of, on top of modern day Vegapunk technology, which is light year, bro. We about to see the Sunny go into some, could we see the Sunny go into space?
I mean, because
remember,
look,
is not dead.
Well, not only that, but so far we know that there are 3 weapons, right? The first weapon is in the water. The second weapon was made on land, and then the third weapon, so it has to be in the sky, right?
Might be going back to Skypiea, boy, or Skypiea or beyond. That would be crazy because that might be what is setting Vegapunk apart.
Exactly.
Him being able to tap into some type of space technology or getting just those resources could put him beyond anything that's even like, devil fruit.
I mean, we just saw that attack that Sabo took on that island. And it came from the sky, so who's to say that the world government doesn't have this last weapon?
That was what was crazy. Seeing my boy Sabo, I personally think the way they just portrayed him being this top dog, changing the world, being the new
Flame Emperor.
Yeah, the Flame Emperor. Come on now, Flame of a Rule.
Come on.
You cannot end his story like that. But seeing something of that magnitude, I think that's either ancient weapon or maybe a devil fruit of Whitebeard scale. It could also be something like that. Maybe Im is just somebody.
I feel like that would just be way too overpowered of a devil fruit to just randomly just basically spirit bomb an island of your choosing, just like
the disappointment you felt a little bit with Wano, we might see get just etched back together, or at least get some questions answered, so you don't feel like things are just so open-ended.
Right. No, I definitely agree. And I actually just randomly had a thought on the chapter about how the girl who claimed to be Vegapunk said that the shark couldn't get rid of its innate nature.
Yeah.
So does that mean that the Seraphim are gonna have that same innate nature of warlords?
Warlords that they possibly got that DNA from.
Right.
Is what keeps them from. They're gonna still have some of those inhibitions, or things.
So say like Luffy came into contact with Seraphim Boa.
Yeah.
And since Boa loves Luffy, she would in turn, probably.
But
unless the Seraphim are the perfect PX.
Like at this point, do you think something like the Seraphim will really be able to do something against Luffy? Like,
well, we're not sure. We haven't seen them. Like, we've seen them fight against Boa a little bit.
And Boa is definitely somebody we see is way more underrated than we give him credit.
Definitely.
And I don't care what anybody says. If any mini Mihawk, no matter what age, is gonna be a problem, bro. The way he cut into that island, that's an issue. He make Zoro fuck with Emma a little bit more than he would expect to. That's nothing to.
And then it makes you wonder: is it like a single Seraphim, or do they have multiple of these things going around, like the PX?
They are replacing the warlords, and there's only a handful of them. There's got to be at least just as many as there were warlords for there to actually be a balance of power. Because as we see, the admirals, I'm not so sure, like Fujitora, Green Bull, I'm not sure that they got the same respect that Aokiji, Kaino, and Kizaru had. There wasn't that same, like, they are kind of like a ragtag team. Like, we put these guys together just to make sure that we still had that same fear level to the world as a power, not necessarily like they had a draft. They had to have a Navy draft, so that shows you that it ain't what you think.
Right, yeah.
It ain't what you think. We still have so many doors to open, questions to be answered, man. Egghead Island don't disappoint me. We got shit to prove because One Piece is at an all-time high still. And just like One Piece is at an all-time high, we with this content are, man, we appreciate y'all so much for vibing with us, man. This has been another One Piece recap, anime recap, man. We're gonna be rocking with so many more of this, man. This has been Daz Bones
and Monkey D. Michael.
You know Lois always blooms twice.